What is up, Hero Team? This is Hero FX Academy video number 4. Long story short, I already made this video, but it got deleted. It was a pretty lengthy video. It had a lot of information, a lot of gold nuggets. It was a good video, and my freaking camera just decided to take a dump on me and delete everything. So here we go, take 2. Anyways, I post a video every week, guys. I try to, and I want to just teach basics and move up from there. Hopefully, having a whole collection until we could just use all of these videos and use it for your own analysis and Confluence. Okay, guys. And video number 4 is going to be major market patterns. Okay, guys. It's funny because this screen right here was essentially the end of my video. I threw it on at the end. I made this at the end as an overall summary. But now I'm going to start off from the beginning with this picture because I'm going to introduce the patterns that I'm going to show you guys today. All right. So I want to start off with a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, guys. Now these 4 patterns right here I'm going to show you are the most popular, most basic introductory patterns to look for when first learning about market patterns. Okay, these are major patterns, and when you spot these patterns, you are most likely going to be in the money. You look for the entry on these. These are very well respected patterns. Okay, guys. And when I was a beginner and when I was learning, these 4 patterns caught my eye almost immediately, and you will start to see them everywhere once you start putting them in your day-to-day analysis, because they happen a lot. They happen all the time because levels are constantly being respected and broken, and when they do that, they form these patterns. Okay, so first I want to start off with is the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, usually I like to just put H. I don't know, head and shoulders. Okay, head and shoulders. H and S. Okay, so quick note. Market patterns generally mean a break in the trend. Okay, that's the FX chat, guys. We're constantly talking and analyzing together. So hit me up if anyone is new and wants to be a part of that. Love my team, and you guys are great. Shout out to everybody. Mason, Genesis, Tyler, everyone. These guys are my buddies. So, all right. Market patterns generally mean a break in the trend. Okay. So I would say to look for trends, and that's what makes these patterns so easy to spot and so reliable, is because you're going off of a reversal. You're going off of a major switch in price action, a major switch on a 3 to 4, 5 push down or up. So you are watching for a nice push to the opposite side or a nice push to the downside or a continuation of the trend. Okay. I'm gonna apologize in advance. I'm expecting a phone call real quick, so I'm gonna pause it. I'll be back. It's not gonna affect the video. I'm just gonna pause it. But first of all, I'm gonna start off just because I'm looking at my phone, so I'm waiting for this guy to call me. Okay. All right. So I have a head and shoulders pattern. Number one. Okay. Usually it's an uptrend. A head and shoulders pattern is an uptrend. And how it works is the uptrend creates a high to where the next retest up, or when you assume that it's going for that higher high, it doesn't. It breaks. It stays at this level of support and resistance because this head is just trying to retest for that 100%, but it fails. Okay, 100% retracement. It fails to reach that level, and it creates that right shoulder, breaking the uptrend, crossing and tapping and shooting down, creating those pushes down. Okay, so it would be a swing up. The head makes that high that the right shoulder cannot meet and shoots down, creating the pushes down. Okay, I have the arrows to show you, so I would snapshot this screen right now. Okay, and save this for future references. But along down here is an inverted. Okay, so these patterns are opposites from each other, and they respect trend lines. That's pretty much how these patterns are formed. Okay, so the inverted head and shoulder pattern. So as you can see, left shoulder, right shoulder. Okay, left shoulder, right shoulder for these head and shoulder patterns. So this would be called an inverted head and shoulders. Now you'd see this coming from a downtrend. Okay, so you would see 3 pushes down, and then finally hits that support line where this retracement tries to, or it's trying to retest to 100% supply and demand zone, but fails to do so on that next push, respecting this support line. So left shoulder, right shoulder. Okay, breaks the trend. You can see the trend line being broken, taps the trend, and then shoots up, creating those higher lows. So market patterns generally mean a break in a trend, but because it's the market, don't always assume that it's 100%. Assume that you can catch some good amount of pips. Okay, I would say head and shoulder patterns are more reliable than a W or an M pattern, just because of how perfect they form. Sometimes you'll see perfect head and shoulder patterns, and they're beautiful. You'll catch some serious money off of them. Okay, W patterns and M patterns. Okay, double bottoms, just two lows that just cannot break, and 2 highs that cannot break. Double tops. Okay, double bottom for W, double top for an M. Now people say, oh, so I heard, don't you buy off W's and sell off M's? And sometimes most of the time you aren't going to get that result. Just from experience, I've seen so many things happen, because usually with the double bottom, I think it's a break to the uptrend. But sometimes the W will just go straight down, and then create a lower, it's just, that's how the market is. You have to watch price action, and you have to know that Not everything is 100%. Okay, so the W is just retesting for the 100%, and you usually get that 50% retracement up, and then it cannot break the support line. Okay, usually I'm going to show you guys examples right now on the charts, but I'm just trying to give you guys an overall feel. The M can't uh, can't break this resistance, 50%, and then boom, shoots. Okay, and I have all the arrows. All right, now this over here is quick summary. This is how my eye sees it. A lot of people see it differently. A lot of people ask me what the hell am I talking about when I say a valley. Okay, W patterns are a part of this pattern for me because I consider anything with this open space, uh, I forgot what they call it. They call it a unique space. Other people call it a unique space. I call it a valley because honestly, they say if you look to the left, it's a sell. But to me, I see a buy and then a continuation of an uptrend. You can sell it, but you don't want to be too risky on thinking it's going to just 100% retrace down because it looks like an uptrend. But long story short, a W and a valley are the same thing. Okay, I just not all W's, not all valleys are W's is what I would try to say. Okay, I'll explain more on what a valley is when I get to it, but these are the 5 major patterns I'm going to talk about in this video. And let's go ahead and look. Let's go ahead and figure this out. Okay. And I already have all these doodles from when I was my previous video. Look at this. It's ridiculous. I already had all this drawn out, the valleys and everything. But I need to share this with you guys, and I need to share this with my team because it's important and it's essential in learning how the markets move. There's so much respect going on. Like people say, oh, you're gambling, you're this and that. No, because there's analysis, there's patterns, there's trend lines, there's things that are being respected every single second. To the last pip, it's being respected. And I want people to see what I see. Because it takes a while. It takes a while, and people have to adjust and have to learn and have to practice. Look at all my doodles. I did this like an hour ago. I was trying to show the valley. Okay, let me just find a good head and shoulder pattern. There's tons of them. They're everywhere. You'll see one. I saw a lot more on the EU here. Here's one. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll sell. Head and shoulder pattern, quick. I'm going to do this quick. You have an uptrend, right? Uptrend. It's a break in the uptrend. You have a break in the uptrend. Boom. Retaps, shoots. Okay. You have this high, trying to retest. Look at that right there. Was it? So it broke. So it broke that high. It 100% retracement from there. Okay. Okay. So what you would usually see is that this is sitting on a level, sitting on the support line. Okay. And it can't break the resistance level. It finally does because it's on a true trend, is the uptrend. But once this wakes up and starts shooting down, it can't. It's trying to retest this wick. It's not able to, and that's how it creates that head. You'll notice that when you usually see Head and Shoulders, you'll see this little push. You always see like a wick. You might see a wick that just overpowers, and you know that it exhausted as far as it could go. And that previous candle is going to try and attempt it, but it just ends up taking a dump because you could see the right shoulder was in consolidation. That's when the move. This is when the uptrend started hitting the wall. The consolidation, it created that head, shot down, and it's in that consolidation zone again, which is the shoulders, and then breaks and just shoots to the downside. Okay? It creates an X. The trend lines break. Okay? Break of the uptrend into the downtrend. That's what market patterns do. You see patterns, they form these patterns because it's respecting a level and switching to the opposite direction. Okay? Now, they're not always going to be as beautiful as this, but as you can see, like right here, inverted Head and Shoulders, EU has a lot of beautiful patterns. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Okay, this is a zone. This is the range. Okay, it is on a downtrend, downswing. Okay, creates that wick, that head, and it engulfs it. You can just see this. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful stuff. There's even one within it. Look, you can see this Head and Shoulder pattern right here. Okay. That. Boom. There's that Head and Shoulder. And then you got this one right here. Okay. For the upside inverted. This is a nice. Okay. Now, Head and Shoulder patterns are bae. I love them. You see these, you're waiting for an entry. Before, I remember the 4 hour having some good things. Oh, okay. I use this in one of my examples. Summit, you see this? It's like a double top M. Look at that, double top M, but it also has the head and the shoulders. That's a nice confirmation for a sell because you see that it's consolidating and automatically creates that downtrend. But you also see the right shoulder retest, and it still creates the downtrend. Okay. All the way to over here, you just know you're in the safe zone for a downtrend. Okay. You have a break. Breaks. okay? But you have to see it. This is something you practice. This is something you need to practice. Your eyes don't just automatically see these, okay? You have the push up, uptrend, okay, the 3 pushes, the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. Sell. That's a in that I mean a regular head and shoulder pattern is a sell. Okay? Sell. Look at that. Boom. Broke the uptrend, retest, and is on its way. Okay? I'm telling you, EU is on fire. Look at this. Inverted head and shoulders right here. Boom. Look at that. Okay? Shoulder, head, shoulder, respecting this zone. Okay? It's like it's attempting to make that last push to the 100% retracement because it all this is what it's trying to do. It's trying to hit. It's trying to hit down here. This is the zone, but it's not going to reach that zone because it's already on that uptrend. It's already on an uptrend. It already broke. It's not going down anymore. It's going up. So it's not going to hit 100%. It does that last push until it hits that support, creating the head. And then does the higher low for that right shoulder. And then that's when it makes its way back all the way until it does it again. So it can do market patterns all day. You can do market patterns all day on a perfect market, like down, inverted head and shoulder, then an up for the head and shoulder, down, head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, and then up for the head and shoulder. Like it can do that all day, and you got your Elliott waves, A B C D, A B C D, A B C D. Those are perfect patterns, and these are all supply and demand zones. That's why they meet. In a perfect world, that's how the market would move. Okay, it's not always going to be perfect. Okay, so when you see these patterns, you still need to wait because you have so many things to consider. So all this confluence going on, you have to know which way the market's moving. Is it on a really strong uptrend or really strong downtrend? I don't know. You know, you have to know the true trend. Okay. Now I talked about fib levels in my last video, and you know that everything is always retesting. It's retest after retest after retest. So that's why they do these patterns, because it's constantly respecting these fib levels and trying to get to 100% retracement. It's trying to hit 100% retracement. That's how I'd see it. Okay. So in all reality, it's moving towards this 100% line. That's why it's doing that. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm going to take this call real quick. Thank you. Retracement is what charts are constantly trying to hit, but it's not going to happen like that because, I mean, in a perfect world, that would be money all the time. So it creates these patterns because it has to work its way back up, and when it fails, it creates these trends. That's why you have the wicks. They respect wicks. Respects everything. Everything's respected. Even though you see these patterns, you still have to consider confluence and that things are being respected. Okay? Now, head and shoulder patterns. Showed you one of each. Have any questions, let me know. But just quick summary, it's the break of a trend. Inverted head and shoulders is right here. right, okay, and then left. Boom. Okay, that's the support resistance line. Stays on that, makes that dip, and boom. Okay, same thing for their regular head and shoulder patterns. Does the same thing. So, like, they're not always perfect, but you look, you can see right here, shoulder, oops, shoulder, head, shoulder, and then boom, this one just, you would have made some good money. Okay, guys, these are not seen first all the time. You have to practice your eyes for these. You have to look for them, and the more you utilize these in your analysis, the more successful you'll be. Okay, so they're just breaks through the trend, and right here, like, boom, break of an uptrend. Now you got nothing but lower highs. Okay, X marks the spot every time. X marks the spot every time. Okay. All right, now I want to move on to W patterns. All right, and then I'll tell you how they are valleys. How a valley and a W are the same. Not a hard concept. Very simple. Okay, so a W, here we go, is pretty much a double bottom. Okay, don't mind that. It's a double bottom, support and resistance line that cannot be broken, and a double top or a triple top, just depending on the range and how it's working. But you can see right here, boom, 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 boom. Usually, for the most part, W's stop at 50%, form like this, and then break the line, and then they shoot up. But in this case, it worked as a triple top, double top, and that's fine. Okay, because sometimes it works that way, and that's just how it is. But you can see that this support couldn't be broken, because when you see big moves like this, and once retracement occurs, if it doesn't break your 32.8 fib, it hits 50%, that's the sign that it can just double bottom and shoot up, because 32.8 is your magic number. Remember that? So it either, you can see that this was 32.8 right here. You can see where it started wicking and it did a reversal, but it automatically broke up to the 100% retracement, creating that double bottom. Okay, but also creating that higher low. Also creating a higher low as well. Automatically going for that uptrend. You see the uptrend. Okay. Like I said, they break patterns, break trends. Okay. That's what they are. They're reversals in the trend. That's what a pattern is. It double topped, went to the buy side. Went to the buy side. Okay. It's just a double top. Okay. Now, one more W, and then I'll tell you why I see a valley. Okay. Because a valley doesn't have to be a W, but every time you see a W, it's a valley. Okay. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me. So, a valley doesn't have to be a W, but a W is always a valley. Okay, guys? Let me see what I can find. Something good. Okay. Right here. W. Okay. 50%. See? Downswing. Double bottom. Double bottom W. See? Makes that correlation. Double bottom is a W. Okay. You can set your fib. What do you know? 50% consolidation zone, right? 50% consolidation zone. Okay. Double bottom. Shoots up. It hits 100%, creating that higher low. Boom. Breaking the uptrend. You gotta break to the upside. Okay. Now, like I said, they're not always going to break to the upside. It broke to the upside already. Okay. Already broke to the upside. But as you can see, it shot straight down because it already attempted to hit this wick. This supply and demand zone right here was this wick. Tapped. Okay. Confluence, guys. Trade smart. You gotta, everything has to be in consideration. The major trend is a downtrend. Okay. But you still could have swung this full swing up. You still could have traded this whole swing. Okay. The W. Okay. Is this the beginning of time? I don't know. Okay. Now, W double bottom, 100% retracement, retest, retest, retest. It's a break in the trend. That's where it comes from. These patterns break trends. Okay. W. Downtrend. Broke. X marks the spot every time. Okay. Again, another one. W. Small, very small W, but it's still there. X marks the spot. Okay. They're not perfect, but they're there. W. X marks the spot. See that? You see that? Boom. W. W. Okay. This one's like that though. This is the 50%. Dude. Okay, they're not always double bottoms. They're not. It's not a perfect picture. The markets aren't perfect, but you see X's happen. X marks the spot every time. Okay, look at that. These are patterns. X marks the spot every time. You see consolidation. Okay, supply and demand zones have to be met. Supply and demand zones have to be met. Okay, they will. This is retest, retest, retest. W. Downtrend. Break of the downtrend. X marks the spot. Buy. X marks the spot. Sell. Okay. I mean, they're just breaks. They're patterns. These trend lines being broken. That's just, it's simple. There's so many things that you can put together. Okay. But for now, look for perfect W's and perfect head and shoulder patterns. Okay. That's it. Look for the perfect forms. Let your mind soak it up until where you start seeing the bigger picture and still and instill it in your analysis. Okay. I don't see M patterns a lot. I don't see them as much, but this is a nice little one. Look at that perfect M. Okay. I don't understand why it just perfectly M'd right there. There's no trend really. It's in consolidation, but boom. Okay. Double top. Okay. Boom. It's like an upside down W. Look at that. Okay. M. That's an M. M patterns are, I don't feel M patterns are as easy to find as W patterns. Like here's one right here. But usually you'll just see it's an M is a W upside down. Okay, short and simple. Double top. And if it's a lower high, then even better, it's a sell. Okay. Resistance can be broken right there. And then that's an indication we're selling. And look, it goes straight into a W because it's trying to retest this zone. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you what a valley is right now so it all comes together, because you don't have to have a W in order for it to go the way you think it's going to go. Okay. Now let me show you what I think a W is, a valley is. People always wonder, what the hell are you talking about? Like, is that something you made up? And that's just how I perceive it to be. That's how my mind works. I see it as a valley. Okay. Now, think of a body of water, the ocean. Okay. Think of the ocean. Every ocean has a rock bottom. Okay. That's rock bottom. Regardless if it forms a W, okay, because that would be a W, that would be a buy, okay. Regardless of this, okay. Regardless of the retracement up, you can still have your supply and demand zones be met, okay. Because sometimes you're not going to have a perfect inverted head and shoulders. You're not going to have a perfect head and shoulders. You're not going to have a perfect W. Sometimes it's just like a weird consolidation, but it's hit that zone that it can't break. It's hitting a rock bottom zone. It's hitting that zone. It makes that final push down and attempt something, but it's a fail because it's a break in the trend. The sell side is exhausted. Okay. Now, following the rule of retest, 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 this supply and demand zone is your water. Okay. This is the abyss. This is the valley, the trench. This is the look to the left. Okay. This is the unique space. Okay. It does it every single time. Look at it. Now you could draw your water if you want. You could draw the water every time just to help you get an understanding. Because honestly, like it's all, you know, art. Forex is art. You know, it's all visual. If you need to have something, you need to draw something to help you understand better, then go for it. Okay. Look at this W right here. Look at your water. Okay. Double the bottom. Water was met. You have to, there's another side. There's the land. Okay. Break of the trend. Okay. It's all about entry. Okay. How do I know if it's going to form a W? How am I knowing it's going to form an M? How do I know it's not going to form a lower high and continue down? Confluence, guys. Patience. We're not mind readers. We don't predict the future. You have to wait and be patient. Okay? But that's what supply and demand zones are. Okay? They're just your water. They will be met again. The zone will be met again. Inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Water. It's there. Sometimes it doesn't get met, but one day it will be. It's just all a part of the big picture, guys. No, you're not going to be like, oh, yeah, this zone's going to be met one day. I'm just going to buy it. No, it's a downtrend. This is overall downtrend, 100% retracement. And look at, you can see that this trend line right here, as far as it can go, has already been broken. So yes, it might hit that zone. It almost hit the water. Okay. Now I don't know if you guys already know this, if I'm blowing your guys' mind right now, but this is my mind. These are patterns. These are head and shoulder patterns, W patterns, everything uh, all put together into one. People have their own terms, have their own lingo, have everything, but this is mine. Okay, W patterns are all W patterns are valleys. Okay, regardless of how it looks, all W patterns are valleys because they will meet the water again. Okay, and you buy on them. You buy. Okay, not saying that it's an uptrend, but you buy on the current break of the downtrend. Okay, the overall picture might be a downtrend. That's why you have this sell. Okay, people say sell off the top of the W, but also be careful because it's just a lower high, a higher low, and you still might get that retracement for the 100%, that current high. So the waiting game, you need to take profit when needed. Okay. Patterns don't mean the switch of a full swing for the next month. It just means it's the retracement up for that 100%, for that water. It's trying to tap the water. Okay. I guarantee you that there's water from this high right here before it's shot. And yep, look at that. Okay. And look, boom, tap, triple top. Okay. This is where it's trying to meet overall. But in this case, it dropped because the big picture is a downtrend. It's not going to retrace 100% yet. It's going to take a while. And as you can see, it already, and same goes for the downside. Same goes for the downside. Okay. These are just supply and demand zones. But this is how I perceive them. A valley. It's a valley. It's a retest. Look at that. That's beautiful. You got an M within a W. Look at this W, the water. You can go fishing right here and catch some pips like that. Look at double bottom, double top. Beautiful. E was popping. Make all kinds of money. Okay. This is no indicators, no EMAs, no nothing. Naked eye patterns, trading. Okay. Double top, double bottom. Okay. You could have sold right here, bought right here, took it all the way to 100% to where the water was met. Valley. The overall picture to me is a valley. Okay. And people call it a cup. Okay. The teacup and then the handle. Okay. Because you could sell off the top of it. But sometimes they just go up like that. That's why I would say be careful because it's on an uptrend. Okay. but they're overall pictures of downtrend. So you have to have confluence. But that was a beautiful example. Double top, M, double bottom, W, valley, everything. Okay. Head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. These patterns all correlate with each other and they respect each other. Okay, guys. Now, one more thing I want to say. Sorry, guys, my trade squad going ham today. We've just been on point popping. Consolidation. Never trade it. Okay, guys. Never trade consolidation. There may be mini patterns, but you can see that this is the zone. Okay, this is the rock bottom zone. Okay. You don't want to mess with this. I think this was news. I don't know what this was, but if this wasn't here, this would all be a valley. Okay? Because look, valley. Look at that. Boom. Water. Okay? And then the teacup handle. The handle, but also a valley. It's still a valley. Okay? Because think how that after a move like this, it's trying to retest. Now it's trying to retest down 100% here. It was trying to retest up 100%, but after a move like that, it retests down and it just creates a low. This is freaking messy. But think about how after it hits 100%, it tries to retest 100% here, and it ends up hitting that zone again one more time. But it's already uptrending. It broke. Okay. Valleys, you can see a valley happen before. You can call a valley before. You can call that out. You'll see a valley happen before it actually happens. You can learn. You could find a perfect entry point because they always push for that 100%. Like, okay, let me see. Now, be careful with W's because they do form those lower highs first. So you could be faked out. Okay? You could get faked out. You could get faked out. But let's say on a move like this, when you see these fat drops like this, you could draw your water beforehand if you want, so you know that it's there, or just draw a supply and demand zone. You got to draw the break every time. Okay. Usually, when a trend line is broken, indication of price action is moving up. Okay, or moving down depending on the trend. So from here, what I would do is draw my ranges, draw my water, draw the zone where it hits rock bottom, and see how it starts breaking the lines and know that this 100% is going to get met. The water will be tapped before it goes down again, long term. Okay. And you know what? It happens in the 15-minute too. Okay. 15-minute. Okay. 15-minute. Look. Okay. Rock bottom, valley, taps of water, breaks. Boom. Okay. I thought it was a trend line. Tripping. Okay. All right, guys. I don't want to get too lengthy. Um, just a quick summary now. Hopefully, it doesn't screw me this time. But okay. Popping today. Hero FX is popping today. Guys, if you got anyone new wants to join the team, let me know. Message me and we'll make it happen. And I can't get it to where it needs to be. I think I had it on 2 hours. I give up. Anyways, guys, patterns look for a valley. W patterns look for a valley. Market patterns generally mean a break in the trend, guys. Okay. There we go. Head and shoulders down. Up for inverted. W's a buy. M's a sell. Valleys are the water will be tapped. Okay. Doesn't have to be a W, but just know that a trend line was broken. Okay. That's what a valley is. The trend line broke. Okay. Just like a W. Okay. X marks the spot. I'll do some caps. X marks the spot. Money. Money, money, money. All right. All right, guys. Have a great day. Let me know. And let's go, Hero. Hero team out.